This is wrestling's greatest moments.
Hey now, wrestling fans. It's time for another episode of Wrestling's Greatest Moments, Who's Dat Wrestler, where we provide 5 clues and you have to guess the wrestler's identity. The less clues you need to get the answer, the better your score. Before we get started though, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell. Here are the rules. You have 5 clues to guess each wrestler's identity, that is, the wrestling name they're best known by. If you answer the question with the first clue, you earn 5 points. If you answer the question by the second clue, you get 4 points, and so on, with the 5th and last clue being worth 1 point. If you don't answer the question within 5 clues, you get a whole lot of nothing. Dare to play the wild card? If you're willing to take a risk, consider playing our wild card question. We'll give you the subject. The question could be easy, medium, or hard. You won't know until you play it. It's a multiple choice question, or as we used to say in school, a multiple guess. Answer it right, and you add 5 points to your score. Answer it wrong, and you deduct 5 points. Keep in mind, the wild card is optional. Here's an example. Category: The Road Warriors. Your difficulty is easy. Lucky you. Here's a question. Which of these tag team titles weren't held by the Road Warriors? 1. The AWA World Tag Team Championship. 2. The WWF Tag Team Championship. 3. The ECW Tag Team Championship. Or 4. The NWA World Tag Team Championship. The correct answer is 3. The ECW World Tag Team Championship. Question 1. Easy. Clue number 1. This wrestler was born on June 20th, 1958 in Union City, Tennessee, debuting in 1978. Clue number 2. This wrestler spent much of his early career in the Memphis-based Continental Wrestling Association, where he adopted the name Sweet Brown Sugar as a member of Jimmy Hart's first family. He later worked in the team known as the Pretty Young Things. Clue number 3. In 1986, this wrestler competed in Bill Watts Mid-South Wrestling using Morris Day's song The Bird as his entrance. Clue number 4. Later in 1986, this wrestler jumped to the WWF using the Ghostbuster as his finisher. He sang the title track on the album Piledriver. Clue number 5. This colorful wrestler was known for his high-energy team with Owen Hart, but is best remembered for his animal mascot, Frankie. Who's Dat Wrestler? Who is Coco Beware? Question 2. Easy. Clue number 1. This wrestler was born on December 27th, 1965 in Titusville, Florida. He grew up watching championship wrestling from Florida, and one of his trainers was CWF star Boris Malenko. Clue number 2. This wrestler competed in the WWF as a member of the New Midnight Express. Clue number 3. This wrestler captured the WWF Tag Team Championship 3 times during his kayfabe cowboy team. Clue number 4. This wrestler competed in the Brawl for All. Clue number 5. This wrestler competed against Butterbean at WrestleMania 15's infamous Brawl for All match. Who's Dat Wrestler? Who is Bart Gunn? Question 3. Medium. Clue number 1. This wrestler was born in Marietta, Georgia on May 2nd, 1963, and began wrestling in the South. Clue number 2. This wrestler's WWF character was reportedly based on a real-life job he had worked before becoming a WWF superstar. Clue number 3. This wrestler was managed by Slick. Clue number 4. This wrestler turned babyface after he learned that Ted DiBiase had paid off his manager Slick to take back stolen property. This wrestler was insulted that he was being bribed to do his job. Clue number 5. He was part of the tag team known as the Twin Towers. Who's that wrestler? Who is the Big Boss Man? Question 4. Medium. Clue number 1. This wrestler was born on November 25th, 1946 in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and sought out the help of fellow Pittsburgh resident Bruno Sammartino in breaking into wrestling. Clue number 2. He competed in various wrestling territories, working under his real name, John L. Sullivan, before adopting his better-known ring name. Clue number 3. He defeated Dick the Bruiser for the World Wrestling Association World Heavyweight Championship in 1981. Clue number 4. This wrestler held the WWF Tag Team Championship twice, one with each of his 2 kayfabe brothers. Clue number 5. This wrestler later became a manager in the 1980s, guiding a team to the WWF Tag Team Championship. Who's that wrestler? Who is Johnny Valiant? Question 5. Hard. Clue number 1. This wrestler was born in St. Louis, Missouri on February 8, 1918, and competed as a boxer before becoming a professional wrestler. One of this wrestler's nicknames was the King of Men. Clue number 2. This wrestler worked a legendary feud with John Tolos after Tolos' kayfabe blinded him. Clue number 3. This wrestler worked a cage match late in his career with another WWF manager. The cage match was nicknamed the Fossil Jostle. Clue number 4. This wrestler made a film with Andy Kaufman where the two enjoyed breakfast together. Clue number 5. One of this wrestler's nicknames was the Hollywood Fashion Plate. He was known for calling people pencil neck geeks and even recorded the song Pencil Neck Geek. Who's that wrestler? Who is Freddie Blassie? Question 6. Hard. Clue number 1. This wrestler was born on August 27th, 1929 in Scotland when his Canadian parents were visiting the country. This wrestler debuted in 1946. Clue number 2. This wrestler was partially paralyzed for a year after Buddy Rogers inadvertently kicked him in the back, rupturing 3 discs in his back. Although he was unable to wrestle, the wrestling community in Hamilton, Ontario ran fundraisers to help him until he recovered. Clue number 3. This wrestler formed a successful tag team with his real-life brother Sandy, capturing a host of tag team championships in the United States, Canada, and Australia. Clue number 4. This wrestler later helped Vince McMahon arrange to take over Georgia Championship Wrestling's Saturday time slot on WTBS, and was also involved in the negotiations for the WWF to buy out Stu Hart's Calgary Stampede Wrestling. Clue number 5. This wrestler became a well-regarded booker in Jim Crockett Promotions and later the WWF during Vince McMahon's national expansion in the 1980s. Who's that wrestler? Who is George Scott? Question 7. Ridiculous. Clue number 1. This wrestler was born on June 6, 1906, in Salt Lake City, Utah, and worked by breaking in wild Mustang horses and breaking down highways in the rocks. Clue number 2. His wrestling career nearly ended early on when an opponent broke his back during a match, and doctors told him his career was over. After his recovery, he worked in San Francisco as the masked heel, the Purple Shadow. Clue number 3. He held the National Wrestling Association Heavyweight Championship, defeating Sandar Sasbo and going on to hold the title 3 times, including one title reign that lasted from 1943 to 1947. His 3rd title reign ended when he dropped the title to Lou Thesz in 1948. Clue number 4. He helped popularize the use of the piledriver, a move he used to terrify audiences when he performed it on babyfaces. Clue number 5. His brutal style earned him the nickname Wild, and he shared this nickname as well as the first name of a Wild West legend. Who's Dat Wrestler? Who is Wild Bill Longson? Dare to play the wild card? This week's wild card category, Tugboat, a.k.a. Fred Ottman. Remember, you don't have to play the wild card. Difficulty, easy. What name did Tugboat adopt when he turned heel in the WWF and joined forces with Earthquake? 1. Typhoon. 2. Tsunami. 3. Typhoid. Or 4. Thomas the Train. The correct answer, of course, is number 1, Typhoon. Tugboat turned heel, becoming Earthquake's ally, Typhoon. The two would go on to capture the WWF Tag Team Championship. Okay, now it's time to add up your points. How'd you do? Let the coach fill you in on how you did. Coach?
How'd you do? No points. You set up the ring. While you're at it, sweep up the gym. 1 to 5 points. You're a wrestling school student. 6 to 10 points. You're a local talent, or what I like to call a bum. 11 to 15 points. You're a jobber to the stars. 16 to 20 points. You're a mid-card talent. 21 to 25 points. You're an upper-card talent. 26 to 30 points. You're a main eventer. 31 to 34 points. You're the undisputed world champion. 35 points. You're a living legend. While you're at it, subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell. Wrestling's greatest moments. The channel that celebrates the squared circle.